What's up, world? Kelvin P with Kelvin P's Elite Marketing. What's going on? Look, it's just one of my little quick rants, man. I think I spoke about it before. You're gonna hear me talk about this a lot. People, I had to learn, even I had to learn this, man. Hard work, hustle, grind, whatever. All that is fine and dandy, right? But it's not always the smartest. I used to walk around, run around, and I be just caught up in all types of stuff, man. I'm ripping and running here and there, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta flip this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And the whole thing about it, man, I was doing all this stuff, and at the end of the day, it was like, what do you really like have to show for it? And then even when I did have stuff to show for it, it was like, dang, man, I worked so hard to get some of these things, and it's just like, why? Look, I know there's a lot of people out there doing the job. I'm talking about people. I ain't saying nothing against work. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying nothing wrong with a job and all that. But there's some people who work in a job that they don't love. They doing this thing and they were putting in like 18, 20 hours and all that. Those be sitting here trying to have a competition, talking about, man, I work 16 hours. Oh, dang, man. No, I work 12 hours. Oh, no, dang, man. Well, shoot, man, I just work 16. Another nigga like, man, I work 18. Another dude like, yo, man, I just slept here. I'm on break. I'm going on 24 hours right now. Like, and it's like, you doing all this work, but it's like, why? Why are you doing all this? And it's cool because I know that that's what we know to just, we trade all of our time for money. But then you got to think about it. So you got this factory worker, he doing this, whatever the case, and he's working, let's say he's making like $15 an hour. I don't feel like doing no calculations or whatever. So let's say he's making, I don't know, $300 a day, right? So boom, he makes $300 a day, but he's working like all these freaking hours. He's working like 18-hour shifts. So he do this 7 days a week, and so that's $2,000 or whatever the case. 3 times 7, 21. So he making $2,100. So $2,000 for 7 days, working 18 hours a day. 16 hours. Let's take it down to 16. Let's say you're making more an hour. I don't care. Point is, this dude is working 12 to freaking 16 or 12 to 18 hours a day. I'm spending too much time on the hours of the day. It don't matter. But point is, he's working all these hours a day and he's making $2,000 a week. But check this out. He's making $2,000 a week and then he's making $8,000. But now you got somebody else in another. Let's look in another realm. You have somebody like Dan Locke. I don't know if you heard the name. If you haven't, then you need to look it up. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's I don't know, an Asian guy, Chinese guy. I don't know. My bad, Dan. But you look at this dude. He charges $5,000 an hour for consulting. $5,000 an hour. He picked up a skill. He honed in on that skill. He mastered that skill. Now he's teaching people that skill. And now people are seeking him for advice. And you know what he said? $5,000 an hour. So you just worked buku hours. 1 day. Which you made $300 in 1 day. He made $5,000 in 1 hour. He made what you made in that week in 1 hour. And I'm not saying and it's not foreign. People is doing that all over. But what I'm saying is you can get more for your time. You can get more for your energy if you would stop playing and become a master at something. Generate a skill, become a master at that skill. So you see barbers out here, they make the money they make, they got a skill. They're what's in low in supply but high in demand, they have became that. Because not everybody is doing it. So, yeah, working hard is awesome. But it's like, what are you working hard towards? And at the end of the day, do it make sense to work that hard? Because I'm pretty sure the person that's working that 16 hours a day, you got some money. Hey, man, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. You was getting money. But how much time do you have for yourself? How much time do you have for your family? Like, if you busting out $5,000 an hour, you know, how many appointments do you really need? If you say, well, man, if he only had one hour, one day, if he did that one day, 1 hour out of 1 month, he just made $5,000 that month. Still a lot you can do. You know, I bet he got time for his family. He got time to do his own thing. He got time to go to take himself to the movies. He got time to woo his wife, time to actually spend time with his kids. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's try to polish this up. And when I'm speaking these things, I'm not saying it in the way of like, hey, I got it all together or whatever the case. I ain't coming at you like that. And I ain't saying no things like you need to do this or you need to do that. I'm just saying, like, a lot of the stuff that we adopted, you know what I mean, and that we take as makes sense, it just don't to me no more. All that running around I used to do, wearing myself out and stuff, being all tired, not kicking it with my family and every day, all the time, like, come on, man. So look, I'm saying, like, look, I can lock arms with you, man. Let me go ahead. Let me use my mind. Let me help you out. So if it's something that, if you like, yo, I'm kind of interested in how I can maximize my time. So you got any ideas for me? I'll throw you some ideas, you know, or I'll talk with you for a second and try to figure something out. Why not? You know, comment, like, subscribe, whatever, share, hit the inbox, hit the email. You got the website. You got everything, man. You got all access. Let's go ahead and let's start doing things that make sense, man. Because we losing ourselves. Flat out.